There are at least 47,000 Purple Heart recipients living in Texas. That's according to the nonprofit Military Order of the Purple Heart. A Purple Heart is awarded to U.S. troops who were killed or injured fighting for our country. I'm Michelle Hoffman, and for this week's Veterans in Focus, we're sharing the story of a Corpus Christi man who received the medal no one wants.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't like to talk about it because I start remembering everything.
Marine Corps veteran Robert Callejo carries a heavy burden inside while bearing the physical scars of combat.
I got severely wounded in my head, my back, my shoulder, my knee. I still have a piece of shrapnel in my left shoulder.
Callejo was a rifleman during the Vietnam War. He can still recall moments of life or death in the foreign country before he was injured on May 8, 1968.
We were in heavy combat. We got hit with rockets and mortars, and I got wounded. They didn't pull me out till next day because the helicopter, they couldn't land. They shoot them down. So by that time, I was in a coma. They thought I was dead.
It took him at least 1 month to regain consciousness.
I was looking for my rifle, and I said, well, I didn't know where I was.
He spent about 2 years in the hospital with injuries so severe, doctors were doubtful he'd ever walk or talk again.
I remember my dad said, "You're a fighter." I said, "Yes, Dad. I will walk."
Dedication and determination are two words that could describe the way Callejo has lived his life. He's been a part of the Veteran Affairs Volunteer Service for a couple of decades and a member of the Corpus Christi Veterans Band. And over the years, the Purple Heart recipient has worked hard to become a man his great-grandchildren could look up to.
I'm just glad that you are here today and that you made it and that you survived. How does it feel being a survivor?
I thank God. I thank God because we lost over 58,000 men, and I was one of the lucky ones that I made it up. I made it home.
National Purple Heart Day is commemorated every year on August 7th, but Mr. Callejo says he hopes people will remember our troops' sacrifices every day beyond that. With this week's Veterans in Focus, I'm Michelle Hoffman, KRIS 6 News.